Most trading channels show you the wins, the payouts, the luxury lifestyle. Well, I'm going to show you something different. I'm going to show you how I lost 5,837 euros up until now. My name is Stefan. I'm a process operator working in a production company, and I started my trading journey in August 2023 with zero background in finance, no mentorship, no paid Discord, no Telegram group or Signal group, things like that. It was just 2 books, a couple of YouTube videos, but a lot of trial and error. This channel is about my journey, my framework, and all the lessons I have learned up until now. So for anyone who is just starting their trading journey, can learn from my mistake and try to avoid some of the mistakes I made. You will make mistakes. That is 100% guaranteed because I made them. But it's okay, it's part of the journey. It's how you get across that step. How it started, I saw a video on YouTube, I think, or a social media platform, and I saw someone making money by just pressing buy or sell. And that was very interesting to me because what I learned when I was growing up was you need to work hard, like hard labor, to make money. So that was very interesting to me. As I started to dive in to know about trading, look for information about trading, there were a lot of information. I watched a lot of videos, but none of them really spoke to me on how to actually start. None of them actually told me, hey, this is how you start slowly and then you progress. So none of them taught me that. I had no idea what I was doing. That is obvious. I had no strategy. I had no system. I had no framework, no rules to follow. I was only thinking about making money, about winning every trade. I was I thought I was a patient person, but I quickly found out that I was very impatient. I was easily frustrated every loss, because when you lose, you think you're doing something wrong, and when you lose money, you try to make that money back, and then you lose more and then you lose more and more and more, and that's how you get into a spiral of losses. So basically, I was just gambling. That was plain gambling. I didn't know what I was doing because there was no risk management. It was pure gambling, but just with extra steps. You think you're doing something right, or you're trying to try a couple of things to make money, but it was just gambling. I started with a live account. I deposited, I think, 200 or 300 euros on a brokerage account, and I started to trade with that. But I think, like most people, you lose a lot, so I lost like half of it. And then I came across prop firms, so prop firm challenges. I actually also didn't know what the prop firm was, so I started to dive in that also, try to look for how does a prop firm work and things like that. And I bought my first challenge. I think it was with FTMO. Maybe it was a 10k account, so a small account. But with that, I started to learn, and that account I blew in like a couple of days or a week, I think. And then you buy another account, you lose that account. You buy an account, you lose that account. So that was it for me in the beginning. As I did my self-reflection, like I think I was 9 months in, I did my self-reflection and I saw the amount of money I lost, because when you buy a small account, you think, 50 euros or 70 euros. You don't think of it as a huge number. But when you lose a lot of accounts and when you sum up all of them and then you say, hey, whoa, this is, it was, I think, 15 or 2500, I think. So that was a shock for me, because in the moment I didn't know that it was that much. But when I look back, I saw that I lost a lot of money. So that was when I did the self-reflection. But also I believe in law of attraction. Like, if you're trying to achieve something, you're putting in the work and your mind is constantly thinking about what you want to achieve, you attract some of those things. And that has also been proof in my life. Like, some of the things I achieved in my life is just law of attraction. Also God, you need to believe in God. You need to believe in yourself, but law of attraction works. So that worked for me. So when I was looking for answers on how to improve the situation, because I lost a lot at that time, I came across a video where someone talked about how this book changed his trading journey, and it was Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. You can check it out if you want, because it helped me. And in the next video, I will also dive in deep to that, the lessons I learned from that book. So make sure to check that one out also. But his words and his lessons spoke to me. I read his book, or both of his books, 3 times each, and I watched all of his seminars, what I could find, and I kept on rewatching, just listening to the words he spoke. In the beginning, you will not get it immediately, but by rewatching and putting in the work, trial and error, executing trees and things like that, and some of the words will speak to you, and they did for me also. But I couldn't immediately understand the game. But one sentence that he spoke, I kept hearing it playing in my head. It was when he said something about, if you want it bad enough, you will find a way.
All change is a function of desire. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to do it. I'm going to give you ways, but what I'm saying is that you will find a way. If you don't, then it's that simple. You won't.
That sentence kept on playing in my head. If you want it bad enough, you will find a way. And I think I did. So after 1 year, I got my first payout. It wasn't much. It was like 187 euros, I think. But for me, that was enough. That was proof of concept that I could extract money out of the market. I achieved my first phase. I achieved my second phase target. And then to also get a payout, that was something to me, because it proved to me that, hey, I can do this. And now it's just about how to build better habits, how to build a better strategy or refine your strategy. What I also learned, the less is more. I don't know if you will get that immediately, but the less trades you take, the more you can make. The transition of how I was, my approach in the beginning, like it was pure on gambling, and to where I believe that this is the way, is by changing some of the things. I went from watching multiple pairs to only focusing on one pair. I went from checking a lot of time frames to only focusing on one time frame also. And I slowly changed my mind from winning every trade to just find one pattern, a repeatable pattern, and try to capitalize on that pattern. So you need to find out what the conditions are that those patterns occur. By doing that, you will need to collect data, and Mark Douglas also talks about that each trade, if it be a winning or a losing trade, is just a data point. Focus on executing 100 trades, 500 trades, 1,000 trades. At the end, then you will know what is your PNL. Is it in profit or is it in loss? How many trades did you take? What is the win rate? The key is to focus on the approach of each trade, consistent approach. I think that's what they mean by consistency. It's like every trade you need to approach it on a consistent way. And by doing that, I collected data points, and that gave me a kind of verification of the math can actually work. And that was for me the realization that trading can work if you do it in a proper way, not like trying to predict every move, because then you will get different results. You can be profitable, and if you're a trader and that works for you, that works for you. But I'm speaking from my point of view that if you want to achieve consistency, you need to execute every trade on a consistent way, and you need to track everything. If you're backtesting, you need to collect data.